Good afternoon, everyone. It's Hidden Purple back at you with some more video game discussion. I'm announcing my first ever giveaway at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around till the end to find out more about it. Coming off the lighthearted fun of Mages of Australia, bad writing aside, I wanted to change gears and talk about one of the most genuinely terrifying video games I've ever played. PT, which is short for Playable Teaser, was released back in August of 2014 as an unconventional way of teasing the new Silent Hill title, Silent Hills. The game was much anticipated, and up to this point people were desperate for any news regarding the game. Up to now, all we knew was that it was being handled by Hideo Kojima and his team, and that his Fox engine would house the game. If you managed to solve the enigmatic last puzzle in PT, a teaser for Silent Hills would play and reveal that Guillermo del Toro was going to be assisting on the project alongside Kojima. The trailer also revealed that the very talented Norman Reedus would be playing the main character in the game. People were understandably excited for Silent Hills after this masterful showcase. PT showed just how well del Toro and Kojima could work together, and a grasp of the horror genre that went beyond most other developers and writers. PT was made not to show off early gameplay of Silent Hills, but to stand alone as its own game. The only connection was the aforementioned teaser that you get after completing PT. It was more of a tech demo of sorts than an actual demo of Silent Hills. PT showed that Kojima and del Toro and the team of devs under them could make something truly terrifying without being over-reliant on the overused tropes of jump scares and excessive gore. They instead chose to rely on atmospheric horror to get in your head and really set you on edge. Not long after the release of PT, rumors started spreading that Kojima would be leaving Konami, and people started to wonder if Silent Hills would survive the change. When the news officially came forward, people were pretty upset to find out that Silent Hills had in fact been cancelled. After the game was canned, Konami removed PT from the PlayStation Network. After it was removed, only those who still had it saved to their console could play PT. Fortunately for all of you, I was one of the few who still had it saved on my console, and now you'll get a rare look into one of the most highly praised horror games of all time. PT is a relatively short survival horror game. Your character wakes up in a concrete room with a wooden table in the corner and one door to exit. The objective is left completely ambiguous, so it's up to you to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. All you can really do in the game is interact with the environment by pressing in the right thumbstick and walk around. You leave the concrete room and find yourself in a relatively unassuming corridor. Everything looks to be in order, but there's something unsettling about the house. The developers used a lot of familiar sounds to evoke these feelings. You'll hear the house creak as it settles, and the floorboards will moan under your footsteps, making you ill at ease as you make your way down the hallway. It's a familiar chorus that they use to set you on edge as you traipse through the house, trying not to get murdered. The lighting combined with the sound and music are used to skillfully create an atmosphere that weighs you down as you progress. Once you make it to the end of the hallway and head down the stairs, you open the door to the basement and find yourself right back at the beginning, walking down the same unassuming hallway. As you progress, you'll hear new messages over the radio and learn exactly what happened in this house. The story is doled out slowly in this way, using the environment to fill you in until you finally encounter the ghost who is haunting this house for the first time. When a haunt starts, you'll hear a change in the music. You know she's nearby when you can hear her breathing over your shoulder. When you can identify these telltale signs, extreme caution is warranted. If you're not careful, she'll kill you in one of several ways, and if she does kill you, you'll wake up back in the concrete room like a terrifying retelling of Groundhog Day. As you go through the game, there are a handful of puzzles that you have to solve to actually progress in the game. Aside from the last puzzle in the game, most of the puzzles are fairly simple. It's the constant state of fear and unease that keeps you from quickly solving the puzzles and moving on to the next part. After solving all of the puzzles and making it through to the end, you'll be greeted with a message saying, "You've been chosen." At which point, you can go through the door to the basement one last time. After this, the actual teaser for Silent Hills will play and you'll be done. The last puzzle, though, is very hard to solve. If you do get an opportunity to play this game, chances are you won't be able to solve it. To this day, almost 5 years after the release of PT, nobody has actually figured out the official way to solve the puzzle. We know if you want to finish the game, you have to make the baby laugh 3 times. We know how to trigger the first and third laugh, but what we don't know with a certainty is how to trigger the second laugh. It's anyone's guess, really. The community that's built around this game is amazing, and there are still secrets being found even now, 5 years down the road. On this playthrough, my flashlight turned yellow during one of my loops through the house. During this loop, Lisa, the resident poltergeist, was much more aggressive during her haunts, and the haunts happened much more frequently. The environment and atmosphere also keep the horror alive, even though I've played through PT nearly a dozen times. I can't give an actual rating to this experience as it's such an odd one and it's hard to quantify. But I will say that I would absolutely recommend this to anyone who's a fan of the horror genre, which is too bad since none of you can actually play it. Suckers. So, I bet you're ready to hear what I'm giving away. Well, I'm poor, so I'm not giving away a game console or anything big like some of these bigger YouTubers do. I'm just going to give away a $10 Amazon gift card to whoever wins. If you want to enter, be sure to head over to my Facebook page, and I'll be doing the actual drawing over there. I'll announce the winner on next week's video, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss your name. If the winner doesn't collect within a week, I'll be announcing a new winner in the following week's video. Thanks for tuning in this week, everyone. I hope you liked the video. PT is a positively spooky experience, and I'm glad I still had it so I could share it with you all. As always, be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you never miss out on any of my future content. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this week's video. Have a terrific week. I'll see you all next week. Peace.